Let's get right into it. Today we're going to be talking about Nio stock. There's some big news I'm going to cover that nobody is talking about, and I've got a new price prediction for 2021. An analyst on Wall Street picked up some information that could give us a hint at Nio's next business moves. Nio is one of the hottest EV stocks traded on US exchanges, but it doesn't sell any products in the US. That could change sooner than investors might expect. More importantly, sooner than Wall Street expects, which will create unbelievable demand for Nio shares. I think this stock has some tremendous potential, and investors on Wall Street don't understand this Chinese EV play fully. They're really missing out and leaving money on the table, guys, because Wall Street isn't educated on the Chinese economy. They don't even understand Tesla's story in the United States, so how are they supposed to understand the Nio story in China? So there's all sorts and all kinds of opportunity left for our YouTube family to make some handsome profits. An entry to the US market by Nio would be a game changer for the entire US car business, and I could see traditional car manufacturers throwing in the towel. Tesla is already king in places like California, expanding quickly throughout the states. Nio would be exceptional in big cities that have a harder time charging a vehicle like Tesla. Nio would dominate because of the battery as a service. One analyst that I am proud of working at Deutsche Bank is Analyst Edison Yu. He tracked down an interesting discovery about Nio. He found a job posting on LinkedIn related to business planning for the US market. The posting is now closed, but Yu says that Nio is looking for someone to formulate an action plan to enter the US market. This is a sign that Nio is thinking about the US market. Still, it is early, and Yu's financial model doesn't include any US sales for Nio even by 2025, and this is something that I think could surprise Yu himself. So guys, listen up. This is something that I think could surprise Yu himself. The only reason I see Nio taking their time to enter the market like Yu thinks by 2025 is if William Li just wants to focus on the Chinese market harder and there's a slowdown in expanding to Europe. However, it only makes sense Nio rushes to expand into the US market if they have money and resources to do so, and it seems with the record deliveries plus their support from the Chinese government, it's looking very good for them. I want to highlight deliveries because that's the driving force behind Nio's success. And to our success on this channel on its way to 100,000, I'm going to ask you guys, if you have some diamond hands, lightly smash that subscribe button and the like button for Uncle Hen. I'm just trying to make you stupid rich. All right, that being said, Nio delivered 7,225 electric vehicles in January, and I am very excited for February. Every single month, Nio scales their business and delivers vehicles is an opportunity for new customers to share their love for the vehicle on social media, and you know what happens after that. More of their friends want the Nio vehicle because they see how awesome it is all over social media, especially in the Chinese society. The new EC6 electric crossover, which officially launched in December, again outsold two older electric SUV models, accounting for 39% of January's deliveries. Nio stock is currently continuing to break past $60 per share, guys. It seems to not want to be under $60. It keeps dipping below, and then every single time breaking past that $60 very strong resistance line. It's like traders are trying to take profits, but long-term investors keep piling in and telling those short-term traders, hey, this is a stock that I'm holding for the long term because this is something that I see opportunity in that's going to make me a lot of money. My base case for Nio short term is about $80 per share. However, longer term, this stock is on the trajectory of $350 per share in the future. I've got a lot of reasons for this, so make sure you stick around. My first reason has a lot to do with the current delivery trend. Nio at the current rate of production should have over 22,000 EVs delivered in the first quarter of 2021 on the conservative side. Nio is the #1 EV manufacturer in the world when it comes to battery technology. China is also like the rich father of Nio, and they're supporting them very heavily. China loves Nio because it's the homegrown version of Tesla, and I see this as an easy money play for investors that really believe in the Nio story. And guys, when I say 22,000 vehicles in Q1 2021, I'm also not considering that Nio could potentially hit another record high monthly delivery. Demand for EVs in China is likely to remain robust as the Chinese government wants 25% of all of the new cars sold in the country to be electric by 2025. This will not just elevate the sales for Nio, but it's also going to be a boon for the industry, for Tesla, for Xpeng, and BYD. Some auto investors had expected Nio's order book to suffer with the launch of Tesla's locally made Model Y SUV, a direct competitor of Nio's vehicles, the ES6 and the EC6 models. However, despite the new entrant, sales of both of Nio's vehicles remained very strong in January, hitting all-time high deliveries while competing with Tesla and straying off their competition. It seems really clear to me that this stock is picking up steam and confidence in light of competition, and it's hard for me not to see this stock stopping this momentum, especially while Nio continues to expand its story within the European market. This stock to me seems like the acceleration in the expansion and the growth story is just about to take off to the moon. Aside from the deliveries that are skyrocketing, the second reason I want to talk about, guys, that I'm so bullish on Nio and I'm very excited about is the stock's new expanding product line. They have a Tesla Model S competitor, or should I actually call it the Tesla Model S killer? I have 900 shares of Tesla though, so I'm not going to continue talking trash on Tesla. Let's just stick on Nio and what this new vehicle, the ET7, is all about. On January 9th, Nio showed its next new model, a technology-packed luxury sedan called the ET7, guys. And that will be the company's new flagship vehicle. Set to go into production in about a year from now, the ET7 incorporates a new sensor suite and enough onboard computing power to support the company's next generation hands-free driving software. So similar to Tesla, how they have autonomous driving, Nio is also working on a hands-free driving software because they know that is where the money is at, as well as Nio's new 150 kilowatt hour battery pack. If you look at the car, it is stunning. I am in love with the design. It reminds me a lot of the Model S. I said in a previous video that if this car was available in the United States, that this would be a car that I would want to drive because I don't have a charging station where I currently live. And this would be great if there were battery swapping stations because I could just pull my car up, wait 3 minutes and have a fully new battery in my vehicle that has a lot of range to it. In China, I think a car like this is going to attract the wealthy crowd and really impact the amount of sales that Nio will have, not to mention the gross margin on the more expensive vehicle. The ET7 is going to have a higher profit margin because it's a more expensive vehicle. Now, it starts at about $69,000 for the 70 kilowatt battery pack option. The ET7 will have a generous gross margin for Nio. The $69,000 is a beautiful figure because it does not include the battery subscription, so Nio will continue to charge members monthly, which will make them consistent cash flow going into the future. Just the one powertrain has been announced, a dual motor system generating a combined over 600 horsepower and 600 pounds-feet of peak performance. Nio quotes a 0 to 60, or actually 0 to 62 miles per hour time of under 4 seconds, coming in at 3.9 seconds for the ET7. And at under 4 seconds, guys, I've driven a lot of fast cars. This is a very fast car that's going to be appealing to the sports market. Consumers who love fast cars, who like to have fun, the ET7 is absolutely going to be fun because that type of acceleration is a sports-like acceleration. The potential for Nio to grow into CEO William Li's vision is very high right now. For me, this stock continues to lose risk and continues to show me a positive investment thesis. CEO William Li said Nio should reach annual production capacity of 150,000 vehicles by 2021. So that is this year. They expect to achieve a huge milestone. In longer term, Nio aims to double output to 300,000 vehicles per year, and it's on pace to catch up to Tesla's 500,000 vehicles in 2020. For context, Nio currently delivered about 43,700 electric vehicles in 2020. So William Li sees a triple in total production output in 2021. And then after that triple, he thinks that Nio can continue to grow at a clip of double in 2022. That means Nio's growth rate is scheduled to be another 200 from the current levels. It's not hard to see at an average price of say $60,000 in between the ES8 model and the ES6 would be a total sales figure of $9 billion. That does not include the monthly subscription cost, which is another cash flow and money maker for the company. I also assume that they will have other services. So when you go out there and you put your car in to get serviced and get a new battery for those 3 to 5 minutes, I believe they're gonna have some upcharges and upsells for their customer. It might be coffee. Let's say, hey, sir, would you like a coffee? However, coffee most likely would be a free add-on. But what if they ask the passenger, hey, would you like me to take a look and maybe clean your rugs? Would you like me to clean your trunk? There's just so many things that you can add on as an upsell. That is the easy part. The hard part is getting that consistent cash flow from the customers, which seems to be the easy part for Nio because of all the sales figures that they're going to have. So once they have those sales and once they have these customers coming in, I mean, there's gonna be so many different things that they can offer them. Like I just mentioned, maybe it's rug cleaning, maybe it's trunk cleaning. And eventually, maybe it's them recommending their newer models and having some advertising within those battery swapping stations. Nio has earnings in about a month from now, so this is something that I'm watching closely because they have a high likelihood of reporting a beat and sending Wall Street into a buying frenzy. I think Wall Street is going to be surprised by the amount of earnings Nio is going to generate. Of course, they also have costs because they are expanding into Oslo, Norway, into the European market, which could potentially set them back a couple dollars, but I'm not concerned about that because most investors are looking at their raw sales figures and their raw deliveries, and I believe those are absolutely going to beat in the next quarter. Once earnings do come out, it's going to give investors a longer term picture for what Nio has in store for investors. I'm curious to know when you guys picked up Nio shares, what you guys think about Nio's future. You know my opinion. I think this is a $100 stock, and longer term, this is a $350 stock. In my book, this is one of the most bullish stocks that I have in my portfolio, next to some advertising stocks that I'm bullish on that I post on Patreon. Thank you guys for watching. Be aggressive in learning, but be safe in investing.